Hey YouTube, Gussin here. I'm gonna show you guys my take on the fish OTK deck that's been going around. It's similar to Austin Coleman's build, and I'll show you the build now. Start off with the monsters. One toad, two tree worm frogs, double snowman eater, three swap frogs, triple dupe frog, two fishborgs, one royal swampio, three oyster meister, three of these big fish guys, Gores and double Caius, Foolish Burial, Dark Hole, Monsterborn. These are staple, by the way. I only have double pile duality, but I would play 3 if I had a third one. This is what I would take out for the third one. Double MST, double sarcophagus to search out for, the key cards that you need to win the game, such as Giant Trunade, Cold Wave, the Big Fish, or Swap Frog. Triple enemy controller, and 3 Muriel Breeds. This card is really big in the deck. It gets rid of those shitty hands that you don't want. Onto the extra deck. Triple Synchron, double Army Arm. This, what's it called? Sea Dragon, Long, or Lord, whatever, something else. Gungear, Colossal, Cadister, Goyo, Black Rose, Scrap Dragon, Stardust, and Shooting Star, and Bryo. Alright, so I'm gonna show you guys the combo now. Some people already probably know. Well, with this guy, you only want to bring him out when you have Giant Trunade or Cold Wave, or they have no back row. Well, you know you're on the clear. So you activate the effect, discard a card. You special summon 2 fish, up to 4 fish monsters. So this is one way. I would do this just like this against a plant deck, just because you could synchro into Bryonic easier. So you would go sync control 4. You get Army Arm. Then you would get a token from the Oyster Meister. You would sync with this guy and the token for the Synchron to draw a card. Then you will pitch a card to get the Fishborg Blaster back. Then you can synchro for level 5, which would be the Sea guy. Then when level 3 or lower gets sent to the graveyard, he becomes 3000 attack. So now you get the token for the second Oyster Meister. Then you synchro again for another Synchron. You draw a card. Then he gets boosted up to 3000. And you can synchro with this guy for a level 6. And then you bounce the monsters if they have the monsters, if any. This is against, you could do this against any deck pretty much, but I would do it rather to a plant deck because you don't want to destroy face down dandelions. So Bryonic will be key in this position. The other way to win would be the Colossal one, Colossal Fighter, Army Arm. So you would bring out these guys. So let's say for instance they have a Sangan face up, and then you need to kill them with OTK. Then you would go synchro, get Army Arm, get a token, synchro with the token, get this guy, then you pitch for this guy, you synchro for Colossal Fighter, then you pitch another card again for Fishborg Blaster, and you synchro for a second Army Arm, and then you have double armory arm plus a colossal fighter, and then you have a token. So you go equip to your Sangan, equip to your Sangan, and just attack for the game. You don't have to do double armory arm, but I'm just giving an example. You could do one armory arm or two armory arm. Another way to win would be I'll do this against most stacks, just because I would like to destroy rather than using Bryonics effect. So instead of Oystermeister, I will search for a Royal Swamp Eel. Sorry for the glare, guys. So this is what would happen. My bad. It's just like this. So you would synchro for 7. These two, 7. Get Gun Gear. You get a token from the Oystermeister. You synchro with the token. You get this guy back. You draw a card. You pitch a card for this guy. Then you synchro with this guy and this guy. You get another token, plus you get the Sea Dragon. Then you sync with the token and this guy. You get a Formula Synchron. You draw a card. He becomes 3,000, and you could pitch cards. You know, if they have monsters, to destroy them with Gun Gear. And then this is 8,500, so this is 3,000, 3,000, 6,000, 85, and the other combo is 8,100. All this is 8,100, and then the Colossal and Armory Arm. Well, that's whatever. It's a lot of damage. That's pretty much the combo. Now, how do you protect your big fish from not getting Veilered? Well, there's two ways you could do it. The first one is if you have this guy, you activate the effect. Let's say, for instance, your opponent has a face-up Caius, and they go Veiler. You go activate the effect, pitch a card, and then they go chain Veiler to negate the effect. You go chain enemy controller, tribute this guy, get his guy, and then you can bring back 4 fish monsters. Other way is if you have this guy, you could pitch this guy. If you have it in the graveyard, you could pitch to discard him. So let's say you have, I don't know, Treeworm Frog. You have this in the grave, this, plus another frog monster for example purposes. You remove this guy, get this guy back. Then you pitch a card for this guy. You would sacrifice for the big fish. Then you would activate his effect. Then if they go Veiler, you go tribute this guy to negate the Veiler. This has a Titanium effect, but for himself only. And then Veiler gets negated because of the big fish guy, its effect. And you get to proceed and bring 4 more new monsters. Well, there I show you guys all the combos, how to get around Veiler and other stuff. So now my card choices will be these, a Foolish Burial, and if I could find the Royal Swamp Eel. Alright, so he plays double LADD. I chose to play double Caius. I tried the LADD version, but it did not work for me very well. I was getting Solemn Warning, and I was not getting anything back. Sometimes I would have to discard a second card, or discard a 1 card, just to get the double tribute out. Just like, you know, pitching for this guy, discarding a card. I think, in my opinion, this is more powerful than the LADD, just because you can sacrifice, get rid of, like, you know, key monsters like Sangan and stuff like that. And also, Shooting Star was a big problem for me this past weekend at the regionals. So Caius was really, you know, putting in work for me. So I don't want to get Warning, you know, with the LADD, because I will get nothing back, pretty much nothing. Getting a Caius Warning, it's really not a big deal, because you could just tribute the Treeworm Frog and, you know, call it a day. So you don't have to commit your hand to Anything. Foolish Burial, you could pitch the big fish guy, and Monster Born him. You could Foolish Burial, Treeborn Frog, or the Fishborg Blaster. Or even Ronin Tone, it doesn't really matter what you do or not. So this is pretty good, I like it. I didn't have any trouble with it so far. So, and then the World Swampio just for the gun gears twinning right away. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, that's my take on it. I'll show you guys my side deck afterwards in the next video, and I'll teach you how to side deck against different matchups and stuff. So just rate, comment, subscribe, and well, let me know what you guys think about my changes. Alright.